Heat shimmers off the pavement as the engine idles. You can almost feel it through the windshield, that dry California sun, that familiar hum of American horsepower beneath your feet. And right behind me, parked like it doesn't care what the market thinks, is a motorhome that honestly shouldn't exist at this price point. Because what you're looking at right now isn't a compromise. It isn't a stripped-down budget RV, and it definitely isn't some bare-bones entry-level rig. This is a full Class A motorhome with real space, real power, and real features that usually live in a completely different price bracket. And once you see how much is packed into this thing, you're gonna understand why people are stopping mid-scroll just to watch this all the way through. Smarket. Gas prices, tighter campgrounds, national parks with length restrictions, and people who want the comfort of a big rig without feeling like they're piloting a bus through every turn. But here's the thing. Most small Class A coaches come with big compromises. Tiny living areas, awkward layouts, no real storage, or worst of all, a price tag that makes you ask yourself if it's even worth it. That's exactly why what you're about to see matters, because this floor plan flips that whole narrative on its head. This is not just another RV walkaround. This is a reality check, a deep dive into how far Class A design has come, and why this particular setup might be one of the smartest motorhome buys on American roads right now.
So before we even step inside, take a breath, because once the slides come out and the space opens up, it hits you fast. This doesn't feel like a small Class A at all. From the very front, the design already tells you this coach was built with intention. That massive one-piece windshield isn't just about looks, even though, yeah, it looks clean and modern. It's about visibility. Sitting in the driver's seat, you're not peeking out through segmented glass or awkward pillars. You're looking straight down the highway, watching the road stretch out in front of you like an open invitation. Early morning drives, late night arrivals, that feeling of seeing the world unfold through one wide, uninterrupted view. That's what this windshield delivers. Up front, the LED lighting gives the coach a sharp, confident face. It's subtle, but it makes a difference, especially when you roll into a campground at dusk or pull into a rest stop after dark. This motorhome doesn't scream for attention, but it definitely doesn't hide either. It feels modern, intentional, and clean. And underneath all of that, what really matters is what's carrying the weight. This coach rides on a Ford V8 chassis, and that matters more than most people realize. This isn't about speed or showing off horsepower numbers. This is about reliability, parts availability, service access, and confidence when you're climbing mountain grades or merging onto a busy interstate. In America, Ford platforms are everywhere. That means peace of mind.
Whether you're crossing state lines or pulling into a small town service center, you're not gambling with obscure components or rare parts. SSS travel habits. Step down the passenger side, and the lifestyle side of this coach starts to reveal itself. This is where the RV stops being transportation and starts becoming a home. A large power awning stretches out, instantly creating shade with the push of a button. Underneath it, integrated LED lighting sets the mood. Afternoon chill sessions, evening cookouts, late-night conversations under the stars. This space is designed for real use, not just for show. And then there's the outdoor entertainment setup. A mounted exterior TV, paired with an outdoor stereo system, turns any campsite into a living room extension. Football Sundays. Movie nights. Background music while the grill's going. This isn't an add-on that feels cheap or forced. It's built in, ready, and practical. You pull up, hit a switch, and suddenly your campsite feels alive. Storage along the exterior is where this motorhome really starts to flex its intelligence. Compartment after compartment opens up, and none of it feels wasted. Deep pass-through storage means you're not playing Tetris with your gear. Folding chairs, grills, hoses, tools, outdoor rugs, kids' toys, inflatable kayaks, whatever your lifestyle demands, there's space for it. And it's not just space, it's usable space. Tall openings, wide access, no awkward angles forcing you to leave gear behind. Underneath, you'll find essential systems placed exactly where they should be. House batteries, hydraulic leveling components, slide mechanisms, all organized, all accessible. This isn't the kind of RV where you wonder if corners were cut. Everything feels deliberate. The hydraulic leveling system alone is a game changer. You pull into a site, hit a button, and the coach levels itself. No blocks, no guesswork, no crawling around in the dirt. That's not luxury anymore, that's sanity. Tow capability is another area where this motorhome punches above its weight. A rear receiver hedge with proper wiring means you can bring a car, a small boat, jet skis, or whatever adventure gear fits your lifestyle. And with a backup camera mounted at the rear, maneuvering and parking feel controlled instead of stressful. Add side view cameras tied into the turn signals, and suddenly lane changes feel safer and more confident. These aren't gimmicks, they're tools that reduce fatigue and increase comfort on long drives. Fuel capacity is generous, giving you real range between stops. Shore power connections are neatly housed. City water, fresh tank fill, black tank flush, all centralized in a single docking station. No crawling around, no confusion, no guessing which port does what. You pull up, hook up, and move on with your day. That kind of simplicity matters when you're living on the road. As you move further along the exterior, you notice the finish. Gel-coated fiberglass panels reflect the world around them. You can literally see reflections moving across the side of the coach as people walk by.
That's not just about shine. It's about durability, longevity, and resistance to the elements. Sun, rain, road grime. This exterior is built to handle it without aging prematurely. And then there are the slides, 2 of them, one massive living area slide and another in the bedroom. Slide toppers are already installed, protecting seals and keeping debris off the roof of the slide when it's extended. This is one of those details that experienced RV owners immediately appreciate. It shows the manufacturer understands real-world use, not just showroom appeal. Before stepping inside, there's one more thing that deserves attention: the generator. A powerful onboard generator capable of running multiple air conditioners without breaking a sweat. That means true off-grid comfort. Desert heat, mountain boondocking, overnight rest stops. You're not at the mercy of hookups. You bring your comfort with you. Standing here, keys in hand, it already feels like this motorhome is breaking rules it wasn't supposed to touch. Full Class A presence, smart exterior layout, real power systems, 2 slides, outdoor living. And we haven't even opened the door yet. Because once you step inside and those slides come out, the entire story changes again. And that's exactly where things get interesting. The moment you open the door and step inside, something unexpected happens. Your brain pauses for half a second, because what you're seeing doesn't line up with the size you just walked past outside. Instead of a narrow aisle or a cramped front lounge, the space opens up in a way that feels intentional, balanced, and surprisingly generous. Once the slides are out, this interior doesn't feel like a small Class A at all. It feels like a smart one. Right away, the living area becomes the heart of the coach. The main slide pushes out to reveal a wide open lounge that instantly invites you to sit down and stay a while. The sofa sits perfectly positioned, not jammed against a wall, not blocking walkways, but placed where it actually makes sense. This isn't furniture squeezed in to check a box. It's laid out for how people really live. The sofa itself is more than just a place to sit. During the day, it's where you stretch out after a long drive, kick back with a cold drink, or settle in for a movie night. Built-in cup holders and armrests feel like a small detail until you realize how much they matter when you're actually using the space. Everything is within reach. Everything feels comfortable. And when night comes, that same sofa transforms smoothly into a proper sleeping area. Not a flimsy setup, not something you'd avoid using. A real hide-a-bed that can comfortably sleep 2 adults without drama. What makes this even more impressive is how the layout still allows movement through the coach, even when the bed is deployed. You're not trapped. You're not climbing over cushions just to get to the bathroom or kitchen. That kind of clearance might sound minor, but it's one of those details that separates a well-designed motorhome from one that just looks good on paper. Across from the sofa, the dinette completes the living space. And this isn't one of those tight, elbow-bumping setups where everyone feels squeezed in. This dinette is wide, deep, and genuinely usable. 4 adults can sit here comfortably without feeling like they're playing musical chairs. Game nights, family dinners, morning coffee while planning the day's drive. This space adapts effortlessly. There's also something quietly smart about how the dinette transitions into another sleeping area. The table drops down smoothly, cushions fill in, and suddenly you've got another bed. No complicated mechanisms, no frustration. Just practical flexibility. For families, for guests, or for anyone who likes options. This matters. storage underneath the dinette is another reminder that nothing was wasted in this design. Open it up and you'll find usable compartments, not shallow cubits that can barely hold a blanket. LED lighting inside the storage areas makes it easy to find what you need, even at night. This coach respects your time. It doesn't make you work for comfort. As you turn toward the kitchen, the transition feels natural. The kitchen doesn't feel like a hallway obstacle you rush past. It feels like a real workspace. Counter space stretches on both sides of the sink, giving you room to prep, cook, and clean without juggling items like you're in a tiny apartment.
The sink itself is stainless steel, paired with a high-rise faucet that feels residential rather than RV grade. Even the sink covers are functional, doubling as cutting boards to expand your prep area when needed. Cabinetry throughout the kitchen immediately stands out. Solid wood doors, soft close hardware, no rattling, no paper-thin panels pretending to be quality. Every time you open a cabinet, it reinforces the same message. This was built to last. Storage is everywhere and it's thoughtfully placed. Above the microwave, below the counters, deep drawers where you actually need them. The cooking setup continues that same theme of practicality without compromise. A 3-burner range sits beneath a glass cover that doubles as additional counter space when closed. Below that, a real oven. Not everyone uses an oven in an RV, but the people who want one really want one. And having it here means you're not limited to reheating leftovers. You can cook real meals, bake, roast, live normally. The refrigerator is where most people visibly react. It's big, like genuinely big for a coach of this size. Open the doors and you realize this isn't some tiny RV fridge you'll constantly be reorganizing. This is a residential style unit with serious capacity. Enough space for extended trips, family travel, or just not having to shop every 2 days. And yes, it runs confidently thanks to the inverter and power system on board, even when you're not plugged in. Next to the fridge, a tall pantry offers vertical storage that RV owners know is pure gold. Cereal boxes, snacks, cookware, dry goods, everything has a place. And when you close the door, it locks securely, keeping everything in place while you're rolling down the highway. Power management is handled quietly in the background, but it's worth appreciating. The inverter system allows you to run essentials like the TV and refrigerator off the batteries when you're off-grid. Solar support on the roof feeds the system, reducing generator runtime and keeping things efficient. It's not about living completely unplugged forever. It's about flexibility, freedom, options. Across from the kitchen, the entertainment center ties the living space together. A large TV sits at the perfect viewing height for both the sofa and the dinette. Behind it, additional storage hides away electronics, games, or anything else you don't want visible. The backsplash adds a clean, modern touch that elevates the space without feeling flashy. As you move deeper into the coach, the bedroom area begins to reveal itself, and this is where expectations really get challenged. Instead of a cramped corner with barely enough space to stand, you're greeted by a proper bedroom with a king-size bed. Walkaround access on both sides makes it easy to move, make the bed, or just get comfortable without gymnastics. The bed itself feels inviting, supportive, comfortable. This isn't just a place to crash after a long drive. It's a place you actually look forward to at the end of the day. USB ports, 110 outlets, and USB-C connections are all within reach. Perfect for charging devices, running a CPAP machine, or keeping everything powered overnight. Closet space in the bedroom is generous and well thought out. Hanging storage, shelves, and deep compartments give you flexibility, depending on how you travel. Long trips, seasonal clothing, full-time potential. Everything fits without feeling like you're sacrificing something else. There's even preparation for a washer and dryer combo for those who want it. Plumbing, venting, and electrical hookups are already in place. Whether you choose to install one or keep the space for extra storage, the option is there. And that's the key theme throughout this coach: options without pressure.
The bathroom continues the same level of quality. A window brings in natural light, making the space feel open instead of enclosed. The sink is stainless steel, the medicine cabinet is solid wood, the toilet is porcelain, offering durability and comfort that plastic simply can't match. And the shower is spacious, enclosed in glass, with enough room to move comfortably. This isn't a compromise bathroom, it's a real one. Everywhere you look, small details reinforce the bigger picture. Clean finishes, thoughtful placement, a sense that this motorhome was designed by people who actually use RVs, not just engineers filling spec sheets. And still, there's more to see.
Because the cockpit, the driving experience, and the technology up front add another layer to why this motorhome makes so much sense in the real world. As you step forward into the cockpit, the entire experience shifts from home back to machine, but in the best possible way. This is where the motorhome reminds you that it's not just a place to live, it's a vehicle built to carry you across states, through cities, over mountain passes, and into places most people only dream about visiting. Sitting behind the wheel, you immediately feel that familiar Ford DNA. Everything is where you expect it to be. Nothing feels foreign or intimidating. The captain's chairs are wide, supportive, and designed for long-haul comfort. Armrests on both sides, smooth recline, and a commanding seating position make hours on the road feel manageable instead of exhausting. Cup holders sit exactly where your hands naturally rest. Controls are intuitive. Visibility is excellent, thanks again to that massive one-piece windshield that stretches the world out in front of you. This isn't a cockpit designed to impress in photos. It's designed to reduce fatigue, to make driving a Class A feel approachable, even for people stepping up from smaller RVs. Lane changes feel controlled, especially with the integrated side cameras that activate with your turn signals. Instead of guessing what's happening next to you, you see it. That confidence alone changes how relaxed you feel behind the wheel. The backup camera completes the picture. Parking, reversing, lining up at campsites, hooking up a tow vehicle, all of it becomes simpler and less stressful. These systems don't just add convenience, they add peace of mind. And when you're traveling with family, that peace of mind matters more than anything. Above the cockpit, the drop-down bed system introduces one of the smartest space-saving features in the entire coach. At first glance, it blends seamlessly into the ceiling. You wouldn't even notice it unless someone pointed it out. But with a simple, smooth motion, the bed lowers down into place, revealing a comfortable sleeping area complete with safety rails and shock-assisted support. This isn't some awkward afterthought. The engineering behind it feels solid, controlled, safe. You can tell this system was designed to be used regularly, not just demonstrated once on a showroom floor. And even with the bed lowered, the space below remains functional. Seating is still usable. Movement is still possible. It's flexibility without disruption. When it's time to stow it away, the bed lifts back into place just as easily, locking securely overhead. No wrestling, no forcing mechanisms, just a clean, confident motion that clicks into place and disappears until you need it again. This feature alone makes a huge difference for families, guests, or anyone who wants maximum sleeping capacity without sacrificing daytime space. Technology throughout the coach is thoughtfully integrated rather than overwhelming. Climate controls are simple and effective, managing multiple air conditioning units that keep the interior comfortable, even in intense summer heat. Ventilation fans quietly move air through the living space. Lighting zones allow you to adjust the mood depending on the time of day or activity. Connectivity is clearly part of the design philosophy. Wi-Fi preparation, antenna systems, and hotspot capability means staying connected on the road doesn't feel like a struggle. Whether you're working remotely, streaming content, or keeping in touch with family, this motorhome understands modern travel needs. Power systems continue to quietly impress the deeper you look. Solar support feeds the battery system, extending off-grid capability. The inverter allows essential appliances to function without running the generator constantly. And when you do need it, the generator delivers reliable power without hesitation. It's the kind of setup that gives you options rather than forcing compromises. As you stand here, surrounded by these systems, it becomes clear that this motorhome isn't trying to be flashy. It's trying to be livable, reliable, comfortable. Something you can actually imagine using week after week, month after month. And then there's the feeling that's harder to describe but impossible to ignore. That sense of freedom, of knowing that everything you need is right here. Your kitchen, your bed, your bathroom, your power, your entertainment, your transportation, all moving together as one unit. This is the kind of motorhome that fits into real American life. Weekend getaways, cross-country trips, tailgates, national parks, long highways that disappear into the horizon. It doesn't demand perfection from you. It adapts to how you travel. As the engine hums quietly beneath the floor and the sun filters through the windshield, you realize something important. This coach isn't about showing off. It's about unlocking experiences, about turning ordinary drives into memories, about making the road feel less intimidating and more inviting. And when you start looking at the value, the picture becomes even clearer. And that's where the final piece of this story comes together. When the conversation finally turns to price, that's when most people expect the story to fall apart.
Because this is usually the moment where reality steps in and reminds you that features like this come with a heavy premium. 2 slides, a real living space, king-size bed, residential fridge, solid cabinetry, full bathroom, power systems that actually support modern travel. In most cases, that list alone pushes a Class A motorhome into a price range that feels out of reach for a lot of buyers. But here's where things take a turn. Because instead of landing in the inflated territory that dominates today's market, this motorhome comes in at a number that genuinely makes you stop and double check. Not because it sounds too good to be true, but because it feels out of sync with what everything else costs right now, especially in California, especially for a Class A. Especially with this level of equipment already included. What makes this value stand out isn't just the sticker price, it's what you're not paying extra for. You're not nickel and dimed for slides, you're not upgrading piece by piece just to make the coach usable. You're not sacrificing comfort to stay within budget. It arrives already loaded in the ways that actually matter. And that's important because a motorhome isn't just a purchase, it's a commitment. It's fuel, maintenance, trips planned around seasons, time off work, family memories. You don't want to start that journey feeling like you settled. You want to feel confident that what you bought can grow with how you travel. This coach makes that easy. It fits into the real world. It fits into real campgrounds. It fits into real budgets. And it fits into the reality of how people actually travel in the United States today. Short weekend escapes, long highway stretches, boondocking when you want peace and quiet, full hookups when you want convenience. It doesn't force you into one style of travel. It adopts. That adaptability is what gives this motorhome long-term value. It's what keeps it from feeling outdated the moment your needs change. Kids grow, travel habits shift, destinations expand, and this coach keeps up without demanding constant upgrades or replacements. There's also something reassuring about knowing you're not chasing hype. You're choosing something built on proven platforms, familiar systems, and thoughtful design. The Ford chassis, the accessible components. The straightforward controls. These are the kinds of things that don't show up in flashy ads, but matter deeply over years of ownership. And then there's the emotional side of it, the part no spec sheet can capture. The quiet moments when you pull over at a scenic overlook and make lunch in your own kitchen. The nights when rain tops against the roof and you're warm, dry, and comfortable inside. The early mornings when sunlight pours through that massive windshield and the road ahead feels full of possibility. The feeling of having your space with you wherever you go. That's what a motorhome is really about. Not square footage, not horsepower numbers, not even price. It's about freedom, control, comfort, and the confidence to say yes to the road when opportunity calls. This coach doesn't pretend to be something it's not. It doesn't try to out-luxury million-dollar rigs or compete with massive diesel pushers. Instead, it carves out its own lane. Smart, balanced, approachable. A Class A motorhome designed for people who want the experience without the excess. And that's why it works. If you've been waiting for a sign that stepping into a Class A doesn't have to mean stepping into stress, this might be it. If you've been looking for something that feels manageable without feeling small, capable without being complicated, and comfortable without being overpriced, this motorhome deserves a serious look. Because at the end of the day, the road doesn't care how much you spent. It cares how far you're willing to go. And this coach is ready to go a long way.